Look who's joined me, the CEO of the PFL, the one and only Mr. Pete Money. How are you, sir? You good?
All right, Adam, how you doing? talkSPORT in the house.
Listen, we couldn't miss this.
Great
Obviously,
event.
we've got British interest, of course, in the main and co-main event, which we're extremely excited about. But I want to talk wider scale than that. This event, from start to finish tonight so far, I mean, we've just had the MENA finals, has been sensational.
I mean, hey, we got 10 championship fights one night. We just had the PFL MENA championship. Really proud of Al-Qahtani, the Saudi fighter that punched his ticket. He got a second chance. He won, and his fiancée Hatan, she's definitely a superstar status here in Saudi. So really fun to see them develop, and now on a big stage, Al-Qahtani brought home the belt.
How important are competitions like MENA to be able to bring local fighters out in front of local fans in local areas for the growth of the PFL?
Yeah, no, it's about the growth of the sport. I mean, at the end of the day, our mission is to give fighters, pros throughout the world an opportunity to earn their way to become champions through our regional league system. We have PFL Europe up and running, PFL MENA. This was the inaugural season. Next year, PFL Africa. I'm really excited about PFL Australia in the Pacific region, and then LATAM and Asia. 6 international leagues up and running in the next 2 years. So we proved it out in Europe, and now we have an incredible first season here, the PFL MENA. And next year, PFL MENA will expand beyond just hosting events in Saudi. We'll be hosting events in countries throughout the Middle East. And I think it's all about the future of the sport.
Have you exceeded your own expectations? Because the PFL still is relatively young.
7 years into it.
So, I mean, I look around and look at where we're at and look at the standard of fighters that you've managed to acquire, obviously the acquisition of Bellator, all those things. Yeah. Have you exceeded your own expectations?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're nowhere near, our expectations tied to our vision. We're implementing that. We have superstar fights with our pay-per-view division, and Francis Ngannou just competed here. And we have our champion series that we're really excited about. We made an announcement just last week about Dubai, yeah, and what we're doing there and opening up that market with major
What a main
events.
event, by the way.
Hey, I mean, Usman, Paul Hughes, it's on. So we'll open up the year January 25th with that event, Coca-Cola Arena. And then the global season. We have over 40 countries represented on the roster. The best of Bellator fighters, PFL fighters, and we have some new fighters coming into the mix that I'm really excited about this year. And then the international leagues, think about it in 4 franchises, fighters earning their way to championship status in the regional leagues, pathway up to the global season. You win a championship or 2 championships in the global season, like Brendan Loughnane, we'll see what he can do. Can he be a two-peat? And then he'll get up to the Champion Series. And then for those that can ascend to super fights, that's the system that we're creating.
I just want to talk to you about branding, because from a British fight fan's point of view, when I speak about the PFL, they speak sometimes about confusion because you've got Bellator, you've got this, you've got that and the other. What are you looking to be doing over the next 12 to 24 months to align that and try and create less confusion with the fight fan?
No, I think it's a great call out. I think with the acquisition of Bellator, some fighters and fans didn't understand where that fit in. But now that we've established the Champion Series, so super fights on top, then it's the Champion Series, then the global season and the international leagues. That's the architecture, and that's the pathway up for fighters. So, I think Brendan now is looking for that next opportunity. Whether he wins or loses this global season championship, it's likely that, it's one of the toughest tests, we call it in MMA, 8 months, 4 fights. And so now we have another plateau, another option for the Brendans of the world who are prior champions from the global season.
How, regarding the acquisition of Bellator, because I'm sure you've seen obviously fighters and what have you, wanting fights and what have you, how hard has that been to be able to manage all that and obviously get fighters out on a regular basis? Yeah,
no, I mean, hey, we have a regular cadence for every property. So this year we had 28 events. Next year we'll have 36 events. Come 2026, we'll have 50 events. So, we're focused on, again, our global franchise events and then regional league events.
I can see the fight's about to start in a second. I'm going to let you go. Just quickly on Francis. Firstly, as a man, how impressed have you been with him over the last, well, forever, but for the last 6 months in particular?
No, I mean, he's just an incredible human and, a tremendous fighter and what a great partner. And You know, that fight against Renan Ferreira, it was really, in Francis's word, more than a fight for him.
Yeah.
You know, he kept things moving, you know, after, you know, extraordinary tragedy in his life, losing his son. And, you know, that was Francis's decision to come back into the cage. And he was directing his energy. Hey, listen, I was very happy for him. And you know, we haven't seen the last of Renan, so there'll be more to come next year. And Renan will be able to show the world what he can really do. I mean, he's a 2-time champion in the global season, and that's another example. He'll now have an opportunity to go to the Champions Series.
My dream as a fight fan is to see John Jones, Tom Aspinall do what they're going to do in the UFC, and the winner of that fight Francis Ngannou. Can we live in a world where a contracted fighter from somewhere else and a contracted fighter from the PFL can work together and make a super fight?
Yeah, I mean, we're supportive of it. I mean, the fighters want the fight. John Jones wants the fight. Francis wants the fight. We want the fight. Our partners here in Saudi want the fight. And so, you know, it really comes down to, does UFC want to step up to it or not? Period.